Hit it again.
Make a little bit.
Okay, whatever.
And maybe
I'm not about making it easy for him. You should know that.
Facts. Well, okay, maybe if there's one day where we all just don't meet up, we could just use that, as like a short episode. It was like 25 minutes.
Well, I mean, yeah, whatever. It can put in. Yeah, we put in the
The archives.
Yeah, archives. Yeah. You just upload it. You can just not what you call it.
All right.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right. Let's start this. Go ahead,
Sure,
Devin.
bro. I'll take water, please. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Nah, I
Don't
really
do it,
wanted to
Cody.
press the red button, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Don't
All
press
right.
the red button.
Before I actually start, let me just. Okay. I know which ones I gotta push. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for tuning in this week. Another wonderful episode of the incredible, super great podcast presents The Tip.
Yay.
I am Devin. This is Antwon. This is Kia.
What up?
And today we have a guest on the show, Dirty Snares.
What's up?
How you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Absolutely.
coming through.
Appreciate that.
So how do you guys know each other? I was actually filled in right before we were having a guest, a little
Yeah, I didn't do a good job telling them what happened.
a surprise guest, but that's okay
I'm
because that's actually our
That's an MO.
that has been our usual flow lately. So that's okay. We are prepared.
But the thing is, the reason why I didn't do it too is that he'll be able to explain himself so
Okay.
much better because I know him.
Yeah,
So you getting it from him raw
Gotcha.
will make you have your own opinion on him. I don't want to force my opinion of him to you because if you think he's whack, and it'll be kind of hard. I'll be like,
Right.
yo, this dirty. Devin say you fucking whack as shit. I'll let you
Yeah, I've been called worse.
and then like, yo, if you come to the studio, you want him to be, you want him to be there.
Yeah.
All right. So Dirty Snares. I guess my first question would be, how did you come to that artist name?
Well, originally from Michigan, and
Okay.
a couple other producer names just didn't work, right? So I ended up moving to Texas in 2015, and wanted to just change my brand, right? So I thought of Dirty Snares. Initially, the logo was Dirty Snares Music Production Community, because I wanted it to be, community focused, right? So
Right.
around that time frame, Machine Masters that came out, they kind of already had what I wanted to get. So instead of going by Music Production Community, I just went by Dirty Snares, and the rest is history.
Okay. Dirty Snares. The first thing I think of is like actual snares with dirt on them, but then my second thought would be like the snares are dirty, like in the production, like
Yeah. So
they're slapping.
I branded myself as a sample based producer, right?
Okay,
so,
I figured.
I
figured.
so it kind of goes synonymous with the, Dirty Snares. But as time goes on, I'm starting to open up the production more. Like, hey, I do boom bap,
Okay.
but I do other stuff as well, right? So you got me.
I feel like we're gonna have some very, very similar music taste then.
Yeah, you will actually.
Yeah,
You will.
Because already I get
So,
you.
Yeah.
so
And
that's
you're coming.
another, that's another reason why I didn't say anything.
Okay.
So, because I want your genuine reaction.
Okay.
I think 'cause-
I'm vibing.
I think that's what we need to do. Well, I think the people that we have to listen to music for, I feel like, yeah, we all need to be on the same page. But I feel like with production, it's a different art.
Yeah, very true.
It's a very, very different art. And you feel like, okay, I mean, after this, he'll probably play a couple of things, or you'll be more willing to look up his shit anyway.
Yeah.
So, because that's the kind of producer he is.
Definitely.
So,
Okay, cool.
And the thing is, the way we met was social media.
Yeah.
Because one day I decided something I don't ever do is go on live and show my face, do live streaming and all that.
I thought about doing that a couple times.
And I jumped on somebody's live named Gray Keys because I was trying to help him fix his native instrument stuff. Because I love my native instrument stuff.
Yep.
And I know how to get that stuff fixed. So I was helping him, and Red and the Instagram Live trying to get his stuff right, and we're all on. We turned from that to Zoom, and then we're all just talking on Zoom, which I never do. I never do conference calls. I just don't do the facial thing. I just don't do it. And I decided to jump in, and it was just me and all these guys. He popped up, right, and I'm looking at him for a long time, and he didn't have his name changed on there. So he had his first government name. And then it turned, because I'm like, I know him. I don't know where I know him from. Then I saw Dirty Snares. He was on the House of Beats that was on Machine Masters it was just a competition. It was like a reality show competition.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, shit. Well, look at that.
That's cool.
Small, it felt like a small world, but it's like, I actually talked to somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah.
So that person in between, I'm like, damn, I just met a somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
To meet another somebody that actually has influence on the internet.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Dang. See, that's crazy because I tried the internet route, and it was very hard for me to find like people who genuinely made music and who took it seriously. Very hard to find that. At least I felt like that. And even the people who did try and present themselves as very serious, it's just like they never sent things back, or they were like, "Oh, I'm still working on it. Like, just give me another week." Right. And then it's like a month goes by, and it's like, "You still working on it?" Or so I ran into a lot of that. So you guys how did you end up actually meeting up, or like?
Well, yeah, we talked for like hours that night, like hours, and it was the first time I ever really played my music for anybody. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead, play these beats for these guys. Let me go ahead and be prepared to hear the same shit.
Right.
Oh, you're good for a girl, blah blah. That shit.
Yeah. Well, I can't relate. That's a unique experience.
But it's like, you have to admit, sometimes when you see a woman doing something, and then she does something, and you're just like, oh fuck, she kind of hard for a girl.
Yeah, for a girl always falls,
and then because it makes you feel some type. You have to feel some type of way as a man.
Yeah, I mean,
it gonna hit your ego a certain way.
I don't know.
It's gonna hit you a certain type of way.
Well,
if you believe in your craft.
I think what happens is that I know for me and my group, shout out to Dirty Snares, shout out to Willie T for a track as well. Houston, Dallas, those guys are just like me, right? So we don't look at it as you're dope for a girl or you're dope for a woman, or because on the show she's referring to House of Beats. We have a young lady on there named TFO who's a super dope producer as well. And I never seen her like, oh, you're dope for a girl. It's like, no, you're just dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is for us, right?
Right.
You're a dope. And she does. She ventured off into the trap lane. So the kind of backstory: the House of Beats was a competition in Dallas where we had producers from all over the country come in, fly in, and it was 10 producers in the house. And my guy Jay Rose put us through different competitions. So we had a sample flip competition. We had a bass theory, like a low end theory competition. An all out beat battle at the end, and it was just so many. A DAW switch.
Yeah, DAW switch. That was
crazy.
I mean,
that sounds so fun.
It's you have to go watch the series if y'all haven't seen the series.
Yes,
I haven't.
It was. He was starting something.
What is it? What is it on?
It's
on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, Machine Masters,
and Tubi now. We're on Tubi now.
Oh shit!
dope,
See,
bro.
look at
We're on
that.
Tubi now.
That's pretty
a couple weeks
sick.
ago. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So and it was one person. The first season, one person was filming the show named Corey Williams. You would think it was multiple people. It was just one person filming the whole show.
That's crazy.
And it was only 3 days. But they turned it into 13 episodes, I believe. I believe it was 13 episodes.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
so
shit.
they were cutting up like
The whole thing.
Okay,
Yeah, so they kind of split up the cast when they were filming. So, but yeah, it was super crazy. Like I said, the DAW switch is a lot of people's favorites because I use Ableton, but I also, in my past, I used Reasons, I used FL, I used everything, right? Nobody knew. if you use Ableton, and usually people stick to what they know. You use Reason,
Yep.
you're on Reason.
Right.
You use FL, you're on FL. But what happens when you switch? Right. It's rough.
She's
then you
actually
only get
trying to.
Yeah.
it was like 3 questions you get to ask. Then at the end of it, you go to the studio and you play your beat from it, right? So my partner was a guy by the name of d.R.E. Shout out to Chicago, and because he flew in and he uses what does d.R.E. use? He used a Machine. So he jumped into my Ableton and he was just like, bro, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So that was super interesting. It made for good TV.
Oh,
you know,
so
yeah, it's good. So again, if you like YouTube series like Mass Appeal, Rhythm Roulette, and all those type of, this is the show for producers.
yeah,
right
but it's well produced. It's produced like a well-made reality TV.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of like you tell they have a steady cam and all that kind of stuff. Where his hand was steady, where it didn't look too.
Didn't look too
yeah,
like
jumpy
shaky.
and all that.
Yeah.
It's very professionally done.
Very, very professional. Great cuts, great edits, great fades, great transitions.
That is dope.
It looked good, sounded phenomenal. That's the main part because it is for that one to sell. It needed to sound good
For sure.
It's so crazy because, you know, we didn't expect it to do as well. I don't think nobody really expected it, right? So we did a premiere and did the countdown, and before you know it, it's 1 million plus views within the first couple episodes. It just went crazy, right?
Nice.
And then it was something that I would talk with my producer friends on Discord. Like, yo, y'all saw that new House of Beats? Y'all saw the House of Beats, man?
Yeah.
Like, and then people would, and then some of the people that I know in that Discord, they do reviews about stuff like that. And it's like one of them was Spicy Sunday, and so and then they get like they had a little following, whatever. So.
Yeah, so shout out to J Rose, the House of Beasts. Actually, they done season 2 right now.
Yeah.
They just filmed season 2 and Great is on season 2.
Yeah.
I won't put that out there, but yeah, he's on season 2, and I can't wait for that to show up on YouTube and Tubi.
Dope. So you guys are still currently filming and continuously.
It's different seasons, so I'm on season 1, so I'm a part of the original cast, right?
Oh,
so
got you. Okay.
Season 2 is the season 2, right?
Right.
Cast members and.
And now everything's a little bit tight because now everybody's learning from what they did in season 1.
Right.
Because on the first episode, it was the like showcase your beat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you can literally see the people's faces of what caught them.
Yeah.
Like
I love that feeling. Like from
it's dope because it wasn't just all boom bap guys. It wasn't just all trap guys. I'm like the only. Well, me and d.R.E. probably the ones that did boom bap. His style's a little more aggressive than mine, right? But we had EDM producers on there. We had R&B producers on there.
Yeah.
Any type of genre you can think of, we have it on there so you can relate. So then you're going to naturally get people that, oh, the trap guy is better than everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
The R&B guy is cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the boom bap guy that's my guy right there. And it's kind of dope watching the comments on YouTube and people just start following you. And I've been to Vegas and people recognize me and shit. And I'm like, oh, Dirty Snares, what's up, man? I'm like, shit, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Like I know somebody that's somebody what other people know.
Yeah.
Was not awkward.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go, bro. You know, then it was crazy too because once I got on, once the show aired and then I got on YouTube, not YouTube, but IG live, and everybody wanted to battle. You know, so they see the show, right? And they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna battle this dude too. Let's get it.
Yo,
yeah, it's crazy.
That showed how good of a fucking TV show that was.
That's
that
crazy.
Inspired people to like, yo, like,
I think I got it.
Yeah. These the best they can do.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying now. This is the best that y'all can do.
Yeah.
I'm better.
So I was battling like, man, I had to have a shout out to my friend of mine, Lala. She told me, she said, hey, stop battling people online. Because it was just like every day, it was like 30 people at a time. It was just like, let's go, let's do it, right?
Damn.
But I wanted to be reachable and let people know, like, I'm just like you guys, right?
Yeah.
Just like you guys. I'm make beats wherever out in the house, or the couch, on the living room floor, wherever I can get a space in it, I'm making beats and I'm trying to get better. And that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I did have to step away from that, the online battles and all that type of stuff. So now, yeah, man, it was a super crazy experience doing that.
Yeah, and also when me and him met, he was actually in a different state.
Mm-hmm.
Then also
I was
he
in
moved
Texas.
to
I was in Texas,
he was
yeah.
in Texas. And then he said yo, I'm moving to Raleigh. Okay.
Yeah.
I said, yo, I'm like, yo, come see me. And he actually came.
That is sick.
That's the wild thing.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it was one of the things, hey, if you come, and then he came.
Yeah.
And then he came another time. We produced a song in here.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify, all platforms, I believe.
That's dope.
So.
Man. Now I got so many questions now.
Let's go, bro.
I got
Let's
so
do it,
many
bro.
questions. So I want to take it back. Actually, I love doing this with any artist, but also, of course, producers, because I'm going to ask about Michigan, where you came from, because I understand that could definitely influence your sound, what you gravitate towards. So how did growing up there, and where specifically in Michigan did you grow up?
So originally from Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
So that's where I grew up at. So, so Flint has a rich musical history, if you ask me. So you have your MC Breeds, you have your Dayton family, you have your Top Authority. You just have so many different groups. John Connor, who will just sign the Aftermath, and I think he's doing his own thing now. And you have so many different people. Even now, you have Y&J and BFB the Pac-Man and a whole bunch of different artists right now that are really kind of in the spotlight right now. Shout out to Energy Beats, who known for the Flint style or the Detroit style. We like to say Flint style, right? Because this is our style, right? But yeah, so just coming from that pedigree of just wanting to make it, right? So I started making beats in the Army. I was in Baghdad, Iraq. Actually, I started making beats. I was terrible using Reason 2.5. I didn't understand what a MIDI board was. I didn't know none of that. And so it's crazy now. So what I do right now, people are like, man, you're so dope. And man, how did you ever do this? I'm like, man, what you guys hear is not necessarily talent. What you guys hear is 20-something years of experience getting things wrong, right?
Yeah.
So I know what to do what's right. So so that kind of morphed in from being a sample producer to now I make sample kits now.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
So you make your own samples.
I make my own
others.
samples and I sell them. And just this past month, I was a part of Ski Beats, who did records for Jay-Z, like Dead Presidents for Jay-Z.
Yeah, I know Ski Beats.
I was a part of his sample pack, guest designers on sample pack 11. I think he has sample pack 12 getting ready to come out. So I sent some stuff in for that. But my samples are called the Dollar Crates on my website, dirtysnares.com. Shameless plug.
No, we're gonna plug it for you, man. That's no problem. I mean, man. So, did you get started in vinyl stores, or
Yes. So, what happened was I sucked making beats. By the time I started making beats, Snap Music was in, right, and a lot of my buddies was from Atlanta. And I could not understand it. And I was like, what the hell is this, bro?
Dude, yo, the fact that you say it like that, man, just showed me in time where I was.
Yeah, 04, 05, I was still in high school, bro. Yeah.
I've been at high school for 20 years now.
Oh, my goodness, man. Look, so Snap Music was in. I didn't understand this shit. I'm just like, what is going on? Because I listened to Slum Village, right?
Yeah.
That's why I like the whole Jay Dilla camp. I'm heavily influenced. My mother's from Bronx, New York, so I got the whole New York vibes going on, and whatnot. And I just love East Coast music, right?
Definitely.
Or sample-based music. So, you got your UGKs and things like that. So then, I'll never forget, I was going to give this thing up. And I end up getting my hands on an MPC 2500. And I end up going online and watching a video by a guy named Booney Mayfield. And I started watching his videos on YouTube. That's when YouTube really started getting crazy.
Right.
And I figured out how to use the MPC 2500, how to sample, and that was it. I was like, this is what I want to do, right?
Yep.
That was that, and it just kind of bloomed from there.
That's really cool. And I don't want to talk about myself too much, but I did definitely start, with samples. That was what actually really drew me in to start producing. And that feeling that you get when you find a sample and it just connects or reverberates through your soul. You're like, oh, this is the one.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. Who other than Slum Village, what were some other artists that you were trying to, because I know when you first start out, you're kind of like, oh, I want to sound like this person.
Man, so Dipset, so Heat Makers, right? Heat Makers, Just Blaze, and then you have your Binks, and then you have your there's just so many different producers from that era, right? So you had your Snap Music, then you had your New York. That's when New York was still kind of doing their thing. Like Dipset was really doing their thing, right? So I used to love all.
I mean, it was a healthy, because it had Dipset doing their thing, and then you go a little bit south to the left or whatever. Yeah. And then you had New Orleans doing their thing still too.
Yeah. Wayne and them was still getting crazy. Yeah.
Wayne and them.
Street Runner.
Yeah. And then the West Coast was always kind of there.
Yeah. It
was there.
Yeah.
It was an option.
Yeah. Shout out to Battle Cat just in case something crazy going on. That's great, everybody.
I'm not mad at West Coast music, but they know where they stand. Let's be realistic.
Yeah. Look, I don't want nobody, don't start DMing me.
Because I said some shit.
Yeah, so start DMing me, but yeah. So, but yeah, that's the music I gravitated to, right? And so when you start, Ninth Wonder, I'm in North Carolina, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like, so Little Brother, I was a big Little Brother fan as well, and so especially Ninth. So I could never play, so what I had to do was start chopping up chords, and I love vocal samples, right? Yeah. So I learned how to chop that up from like Ninth Wonder, really studying Ninth Wonders. He used a lot of vocal chops. I don't know if that's a secret right there, but you can hear it in his production though, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely watched a few.
He chopped it up and it kind of reconfigured the song to where the song was telling a different story, right? And he was having one conversation, listening to the original, then he chopped it up and it told a different story. Yeah, and that's what I love now. Having that sample speak something different to me. So yeah, so that was it.
That's so. So I don't want to jump too much, but going back to the show that did you start it? Is it Beat Battles or what was the name of it?
House of Beats.
House of Beats. Okay.
Yeah. He was just a contestant on it.
He was a contestant. Okay.
Yeah. So Jay Rhodes, and a guy by the name of AG, who is the founder of Machine Masters, kind of partnered with that and got that ball rolling, man. It was super crazy. Shout out to my man AG, who is from Charlotte. He lives in Charlotte, matter of fact.
I didn't know he was that close.
Yeah, AG is real close. He's the founder of Machine Master. So, and he built a business from the ground up as well. Sample packs and sample pack Saturday. That whole thing.
Yeah, I still got an email.
Yeah.
For the sample packs Saturday flip thingy.
So shout out to my man AG and Jay Rose he's done stuff with like the Locks. He's done stuff with Lecrae and whoever else he's done stuff for. He's just all around content creator. Now he has a House of Beats. He just did a musical last year that really got some big awards, being an independent films and all that. So shout out to Jay Rhodes as well. So
that's what's up.
They just kind of put up and coming producers on, man, and I really appreciate that.
Was that your first opportunity to really like showcase yourself as a producer, or was it like a long time?
Yeah, I'm coming from Flint, Michigan. I moved to Dallas 2015, and Dallas has a super huge producer community. Like a text can go out in 30 minutes and have this whole room just flooded with producers right now.
That's great.
The top producers, like these are big guys, right? And they have beat battles like every other week, and it was like nothing I ever heard before. Totally changed my perception of beat battles. So when you hear beat battles, you hear not songs that are just dope, but these are like you will compare it to, you got NBA players, then you have street ball players, which is totally different. It's kind of playing the same game, but the street ball is going to be a little flashier. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have transitions every 4 bars. It's going to go into something crazy. Every 4 bars is just something different.
I feel like it's theatric. It's more theatric. Yeah. The more theatric it is, I feel like sometimes you have to show the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's like cheerleading competitions. That's what it's like. You can't just split kick snap, whatever. You can't just start with that shit, bro. That basic shit ain't gonna work.
Nah, it's not gonna work at all. So I did the basic shit and I got my ass showed up. Like, I don't like this shit.
Yeah, I remember. I felt that shit too.
I was like, I don't like this. So, so there's a guy by the name of the Kraken. Shout out to the Kraken, and he sat me down. We was in the studio, and this was before I knew how to mix. So they're turning my music up in the studio, and they had no more juice in the volume. They're like, "This is it, bro. Like, it's just not mixed well." I'm like, "Damn." So I had to learn how to mix. So Kraken sat next to me and was like, "Hey, bro, take my number down." So I ended up getting his number down. He invited me over his house, and went to his studio room, and you have platinum records with Lecrae, Church Clothes. You have all these big records he's done. And I'm like, you ain't say who you was. You was just like, oh yeah, them old man or whatever.
Yeah,
but
he was looking out though.
Yeah, he was looking out, right?
That's
he
crazy.
showed me how to mix and how to put drum fills in my record, trying to change up the dynamics, because the Kraken is big time beat battler. Like it is nothing you ever heard. Whatever you think you know what a beat battle is, when you go to Dallas, it is something just insane, right? And so I didn't get into the beat battle as heavy as far as participating, but I used those elements for my music. Drum fills, transitions, going from the main verse to the vamp, then to the chorus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just learning those, using those elements in production, so my production doesn't get monotonous and things like that. So shout out to the whole Dallas scene, because they're crazy.
I mean, I've seen a couple videos of beat battles, but I mean, it sounds like out in Dallas, it's more of like a culture, almost. Very
much culture, and it's very humbling taking an L on stage. Like, people looking at you and shit, and then you're taking an L too, so it really gets crazy. So you're
palms are sweating and shit.
Yeah, you're sweating and shit. Like, damn it, this shit is just crazy. You know it's crazy. You like, they're like, all right, it's only round one. You got another one? It's just like, damn, I got another one. This sounds just like that. So you really learn how to get with the speed. But again, I knew battling wasn't my thing, right? I love it. I love the energy. And I remember, so on the House of Beats, you have a guy named Igami, who was a big time battler in Dallas as well. And it was just, when he was having his run, it was super crazy. It was a young girl out there named Lucy Clubhouse, who was going crazy too. Willie T is on the show as well, House of Beats. Big time battler, man. I would hate to go up against any of them people, But yeah, it was crazy. It's a culture out there.
That's cool. What would you say the main difference between like making beat battles is making beats for beat battles and then making beats for people to be like rapping over?
Well, beat battles, you have to really have an understanding of theory, right? Tension. You have to really understand tension. You have to really understand what's out of left field, right? But then what I've learned with making beats for people, scale it down, right? You don't want to paint the complete picture for an artist, because you want them to do their thing. Because it's easy for me to go in the studio and be like, have a track, leave no room for the artist, but you have to understand, am I trying to get discovered, or do I want the artist to get discovered, right? Because, as producers, you get all these plugins, and you got this plugin, you got that plugin, you got this one that makes it reverse and shit, and you got this other. You don't need all that. You want the artist to do all that for you, right? So really scale your production down. Beat battles, it's just like nobody's.
I see it. I knew it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you gotta scale it down. You gotta scale it down for artists, right?
You do. Go ahead.
Beat battle, you just like, fuck it. Ain't nobody getting on this track. I ain't leaving no room for nobody. Like, it is what it is, right?
You got a question.
All right, I got a question for you. So, all right, so who do you think is more important, the artist or the producer, when it comes to a song?
Okay. Well, it's two different things, right? So, the artist, most definitely. Now, because why? The reason why I say that, because now you have, and I'm a producer, right? But I'm gonna tell you this. I have a mentor. Shout out to my man Chris from the Front Runners, who's worked with Logic and Young Thug and whatever placement he has. When I'm sending him beats, it's cool. Oh man, it's a dope beat. Cool. But when you put that artist on it, now you have a product, right? Now you have something that possibly can sell, right?
All right.
Having a beat is cool. It's cool, right? I have 1,000 beats. How many beats you got?
I got quite a few.
You have any with artists?
Nah, I ain't got.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And you know what I'm saying? So now when you start putting artists on your records, now it's, you have a product that you possibly can sell. Right? Now you don't have, not saying, I'm not believing, I'm a producer, I get it. But once you start putting artists on your records, now you start building that catalog, and now you're able to start sending that stuff off, because I'm dealing with a lot of different producers as well, and big time producers, and they're going to treat you as, you're just a beat maker. You're not a producer just yet. Have you produced a hook? Have you produced a verse? Have you brought the beat from here to here? Right? And that's what that's what you're striving for. I mean, we could play beats all day and that's cool and go home. Yeah. But until you get that artist on there, then you're able to take that from here to there.
All right. and so we've had this conversation before. This question has been asked many, many times. Yeah. What side were you on? I don't remember. Producer. Okay, yeah, of course. Producer. Got you. I mean, I guess that does make sense, though. I mean, we wouldn't have.
You switching up on me, Devin?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of great. Perspective, man.
Understand a little more.
It's hard,
minute, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, but it's also if this happened. But all those things, the producer is important. If the rapper has no talent at all, he's just a pretty face, and he knows that he can get his money because he's a pretty fucking face. Then that's when the producer is.
Yeah. Because
they are creating their brand.
Right. So the last time, the great thing is, so the last time I was here, we was working with an artist, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you remember that thing? And my man was like, I ain't never rapped like that before. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but you should do it like this. So what you want to do is, okay, the record is cool. Somebody sends me a verse, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I know you can rap, and I deal with a lot of rappers all the time. My guy Fly Robotics, who's an amazing rapper, amazing. Then he elevated me, I elevated him. Because I know you can rap, but what else is there? Even my production. What else can I do to enhance him? Mm-hmm. Because people are hearing him. Yeah, they're hearing my beat, but they're going to hear him, and that's what's probably going to catch them. You know, I mean, certain genres, the beat is going to drive the record, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm more of a boom bap guy, so I like to hear lyrics. I like to hear what you're going to say. I like to kind of put a singer on a hook and really kind of nail down this record, make this the best possible record there is, you know. But until you get that artist on there, and it's like a perfect marriage, right? The beat is going to marriage with that artist, and that's when you're going to have that you'll know when you have it. You know when you have a great record. You'll know when you have a great record.
When was that moment for you? Like, what was the first moment where you were working with an artist and you were like,
yes,
damn, I got it.
So the first artist I worked with, I co-executive produced this project. His name was Jay Mars. Chris from the Front Runners hit me up one day on IG. Was like, hey, working with this artist named Jay Mars. If you want to work, let me know. So I'm like, yeah, let's work. He's like, all right, bet. Send me some boom bap beats. He's like, do you have any boom bap beats? I was like, you gonna ask me? Do I got any boom bap beats, bro? Boom, send him a pack. He hears them. Now this time I really didn't know who he was. I kind of knew something about Chris. Mm-hmm. Then he's like, all right, send me another pack. Boom. What's your number? He calls me. He says, hey, I want you to executive produce this product. Executive produce my artist. I said, okay, cool. Open out. Come to Houston. So I go to Houston, see his plaques. Oh shit, he worked with Logic. Oh shit, he has a song called Wyclef Jean with Young Thug. Oh shit, what? Who are you, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then Jay Mars, I'm just like, holy shit. So we go through this process, and it was a rough process because now I'm in the mix with this platinum selling singer-songwriter, the Front Runners, Chris and Drea, husband and wife couple, but they're also a songwriting team. Mm-hmm. So they go places together. And they're just amazing. And it went from, hey, that bass line is out of key. Why did you use that snare? how about that hi-hat pattern? Why did you pick that? Why did you use that guitar sound? And it went from being a beat maker to being a producer. Then working with Jay Mars, seeing him go through the process of Jay Mars. That verse is cool, but what else can you do? You're doing this. It's not right. And he was doing this to all of us, right? 2 years later, Jay Mars is on his last project with Logic called Vinyl Destination. He got a record on there within a couple years span, right?
Dang.
But it took that. So I co-executive produced his first release, independent release called Early Retirement.
Dang.
But it took that to really understand, okay, this is the difference between a beat maker versus a producer. Being really critical of your song. Man, that snare, I don't know if that snare really go with that beat. This boom bap snare doesn't go well with this trap song. And that's when you start really understanding. Then you get an artist and you're like, that verse is cool, but what else can you come up with?
So it's okay to be critical in the studio.
Yeah, bro.
Openly critical.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of egos, man.
Yeah, there is a lot of egos, but you have to understand, you're in the room for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so funny because people are like, man, you're a really cool dude. I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I am. But if I'm in the room and, I'm going to give you my honest opinion, and it's not no ego, and hell, man, we all in this for a reason, and that's when you start getting these artists like the Coles and Kendricks and all that. They're not microwave artists. It might take them a year to probably put out a project, and that's okay. You don't have to rush, right? Everybody, you got to do it every day. It's okay to take a couple of days to work on a song. Yeah. It's okay, right? Or you just have a song out right now, make $1 million, and nobody hear from you again. Yeah. You want to be around for a while, or you want to do what you have to do?
Get some quick cash.
Yeah, get some quick cash,
Yeah, why are you actually in this?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's okay.
How long did it take for you to get to that point? Was it?
Oh, it sucked, bro. The voyage sucks when you're going through it, right?
For sure.
So Chris is one of the ones I started to executive produce. He taught me how to be an executive producer. But I also worked with my man Coke, who produced Bees in the Trap for Nicki Minaj. He was one of the ones that reached out to me on the ground. Was like, hey, I want to work with you. I'm like, I'm feeling special. He like, I actually don't want to work with 100 producers over the year. So, but it went from me sending him some beats, some stems, then he sent it back. I'm just like, what the fuck? What just happened? Then the more and more we started working together, the less and less he did to the beat. That's when I started understanding, it's the difference between a beat maker and a platinum selling producer, right? The more and more we worked together, the less and less he started doing to the beat until it's like, shit, man, I don't really know what else to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As he's telling me. And him, another guy, Young Tech, Josh R, man, he signed to Cool and Dre. Working with him, I did a joint album with him a couple years ago, and it was kind of the same thing. Initially when I first started working with them, they're kind of doing everything. They kind of strip my beat down and make something else. Then it gets to the point to where it's that, we're gonna leave what you did. We're just gonna transition to the second part of the song into something totally crazy, right? So yeah, I've been on this journey for a minute, man. So.
But it takes that perseverance.
It takes hours, man. People say 10,000 hours, but shit, you can do 2,000 hours in a couple of years, man. I've been doing this for a while. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It take time to perfect it. Yeah. Yeah, take time to perfect it. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
I want to be preaching up here too.
No.
I like to talk shit too. But yeah, it take a while to get to where you need to go though.
Everybody's journey's different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Some people may have to work a little bit harder at certain things.
Yeah.
I had to work hard. Like I told you, I didn't understand theory. I didn't understand anything, right? People are like, man, you're so talented. Chopping samples is a talent. I'm like, man, you hear 20 years of experience. Yeah. That's what that is,
I can barely chop samples.
Oh, yeah?
It is wild because I think as an individual, understandably, you've been doing a lot more. Like, you have actually worked with, lots of great artists. But for someone who is still starting out, I would say You know, like I could feel like some of my beats are like, man, this is amazing. Like I feel like I feel like I could get placed. But then again, you know, I haven't really been tested in that way. So what is the biggest difference between, you know, like when you're just in your bedroom or you're more small time? What's the difference between that person's beats and somebody who's been
networking? To be honest with you, because you don't really know, right?
Uh-huh.
When I was in Michigan, never forget when people start finding out I made beats, they start telling this other guy about me. He goes by Rio the Ghost, and hey man, my man make beats. So I end up meeting up with him. I played my beats for him like in a work area. He worked at his automotive factory, and he listened to it. He was like, "Oh, it's cool, bro, but your drums sound kind of weak." I was like, "What, bro?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?"
What are you talking about?
Then he played his shit. I'm just like, "Oh shit!" Like, let me teach me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got humbled really fast. But then we just been friends over 20 years now. We still work together now, and so it really comes down to the networking, right? Especially with the internet now. You know, the internet, you can reach out to people. Yeah. But what people get it wrong is that people always try to reach up, reach across.
Okay.
Yeah. Reach across sometime. Like,
that's a good
work with each other. Then eventually you'll start to come up because that's just how it go. Don't everybody. Oh man, I want that song with Jay-Z. Don't reach out to Jay-Z right now. Probably you're not even gonna get to Jay-Z or some. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Reach out across because you build your community up. Then you're gonna have an artist come from here. And next thing you know, you're gonna be on the list, right? It take time, man. It just take time.
That's a good ass advice.
I don't think anybody ever said that before.
Nah.
Reach across. Reaching across. Yeah.
Reach across is a good one.
So that's why you have all these producers in Dallas that are just crazy and they have a community because they all know each other. Yeah. All know each other. They all work with each other. Atlanta, the same thing. They all work with each other.
See, Raleigh? Do you see
Raleigh? Yeah, please.
And I'm new here, right? So I only been here a couple years now.
Yeah, reach across, man. What's up?
And there's nothing wrong with, oh man, they don't ever reach out to me. I ain't reaching out to them.
I hate that attitude.
Reach out to your people, man.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna get ahead. Reach out to your people.
I think Raleigh desperately needs the attitude that, for one, that you have and have experienced in Dallas, because out here and the artists that we've had on the show, they all talk about how, you know, out here it's just kind of like, nah, it's just me. You're doing your own thing, you know, fuck everybody else. And it's just kind of like, how do we build anything, any sort of community if everybody's just like, yeah, your shit's trash, mine is the best out here.
Yeah, you gotta want to, man. You gotta want, like me.
I would like that.
I've been in places,
What does everybody else want to
do? Just do them. Honestly, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, they just want to get their little funky little plays and get their little funky little girls.
Man, look, you'll think everybody think they're a dog until that big dog come in their room. Then shit's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's somebody better than me. There's somebody better than that person. That's better than. You think you the man until you come in the room. You be like, oh shit, like I don't got nothing for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it is, right? But it's you gotta leave the egos out the door too, man. You gotta leave those egos out the door and want to work together. If I know you're good at chopping samples, hey, chop the sample. My man is gonna do the drum loop. My man is gonna do some keys over it. Now we're gonna have a record. Collab with each other, right? There's nothing wrong with collabing. And the artists, let me get on the artists for a minute. Artists, get done with the damn song and send it back to the producer, right? Yeah. You've been sending some beats, you want to hear from the artist, and I believe me. One artist hit me up, was like, hey man, I got a verse for the song. It's been 6 months. Like, I ain't forgot about the song already.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? I totally forgot about the record. Oh, is the beat still available? Yeah, I think so. Let me check. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes they just lost out on the beat.
Okay, so that's a universal experience. I'm glad, because I was thinking that was just, you know, like, shit. Okay, good. That's good to know, at least. That means I've been preparing for it in the small time amongst people I would say are acquaintances. I'll put it that way, you know. Yeah. That's cool, man.
Oh, I got one for you. So also reached out to my guy, certain producers here, man, too. When you're working with artists, don't make it always about the music. Go out and have a drink, break bread with them. It's always dope to be in the studio, hanging out and doing your thing. Sometimes go kick it with somebody. Hey, man, let's go grab some drinks or whatever. So then you start building that artist-producer relationship. Then you're kind of understanding what they're going through, talking to a producer, and you're like, oh man, I'm down right now, and you know what I'm saying. So instead of sending him up tempo records, you might send him a guitar melody or something. He might be able to do his thing because his feelings is in it. Mm-hmm. Then, you know, Friday he get his paycheck, he might be up. Yeah. Send him something in, you know what I'm saying? Then he's up. Then next thing you know, you start having these records and you're talking to each other and you're kind of just, you're asking them questions and kind of just, it's just coming out and you be like, okay. He's like, hey man, just send me something. Then you're just like, I already know what to send you. I already know what type of mindset you're in. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say the artist is important. Also, I mean, it's kind of give and take, right? The producer too, because we have to produce that artist. You gotta produce them.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
No,
you are. But it's still, if this happens.
Now, I'm not talking about the artists that rip beats off of YouTube. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about what artists that you're literally working with, like.
Artists that you're getting actually paid for.
I'm not talking about the artists that done pulled a YouTube beat and they got a producer tag all over in the damn song. I'm not talking about them. And not because they already came in with the mindset that they're not paying for shit anyway. Yeah. And they're coming in with the mindset that, you know, I'm finna get on with this fool beat and I ain't pay him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the artists that are literally trying to build a sound. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's just as big. Building that sound. Now, it could be whatever's hot on YouTube, whatever, right? But have your own producer do that for you. Don't rip Joe Blow's beat off the YouTube because I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you what's happening. You put that beat online, there's a thing from d.r.E called Content ID. That song blow up, it ain't going to you. That money going to somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Should I do it? And it did it. It happened to me. Somebody used my beat for a commercial. Y'all want to use my shit with no notes? Pay me? Content ID.
Whoa, that's pretty.
And it says right on their video, this beat has been distributed by d.r.E Distribution.
Wow.
Producer, Dirty Snares.
That's when you really know you made it too. It's something that you make a lot of money off of all of a sudden.
Yeah. I'm wanting that. I found out about sync placements, which are kind of the same. Are you familiar with those? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, one check.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Sync placement.
Yeah,
you're right. Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
It's in that category.
Was an independent film that used it. They kind of did their trailer to my beat. So
wow, that's
cool. All right, cool, man. Ain't nobody getting paid. How about that?
Yeah.
No, pay me. Okay, I'll let the YouTube ad do its thing, and we go from there.
So when do you ask for, as a producer, when do you ask for money? Because this is something that I feel like is a sore subject amongst artists, upcoming artists.
All right, some people will be like, oh man, they get a little weird, right? When you ask for money. But what happens is that, let me ask you this. What kind of DAW you use?
For making beats, FL.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You put money, you bought some plugins recently for it?
Yeah, actually.
You bought a couple? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Great. So when you start asking for money, especially when they start asking for stems. Mm-hmm. Oh man, can I get the stems? But you got to understand too, people probably not even using stems no more, are they? Rarely.
Sometimes.
If you get the artists that getting beats off of YouTube, they're not getting the stems.
Yeah,
they don't have the stem.
No stems
it's
at all.
Rare.
So you know what you do?
I've been getting less and less artists like that.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, really?
What I would do, start putting your beats online. BeatStars. So you ain't even got to talk about price. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I really want to work with you. Oh, dude, dope, bro. Link in the bio.
Yeah.
You hit him with that link in the bio. Then, spend something with me, right? You tell them, spend a little something with me. Then we can go from there. But now they want to, like artists I work with, I'll be like, hey, I need a new plug-in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They get it for me, right?
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's just as good to me, right?
Yeah.
Do something. Like,
got you.
It doesn't always have to be money. Mm-hmm. It has to be something, though.
Yeah.
Because, you put all that money in your dolls and your keyboards and hours in.
Yeah,
like,
the effort for sure.
The faster you understand, hey, they got to pay something. It'd be $25. Hey, give me a meal at McDonald's and some nuggets or something. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just a little something, man.
Yeah, something, bro.
Shoot me a drink.
Yeah,
something.
Take me out to eat.
Bruh. You know what I mean?
Like, on a date.
Man, look.
Because for me, there was this one dude I was working with, and the thing is, he'd paid me for. I gave him like a couple deals where I was like, you get 5 beats for like $50, and he did that a couple times. But at a certain point, he was just like, "Yo, could I just get this beat like for free?" Like, and then after several beats where I was like, "Yeah, sure, you can just have this one." When I brought him money again, he just never hit me up. So is that
the
that
first
a red
time you do
flag?
it for free, that's it. First time you do it for free. First time you do it for free.
Got you.
Once it's free, it's always free.
Got you.
You know, when you're talking about that type of deal, because, you know, when the last time you went to Foot Locker and got some shoes for free?
Hey, okay.
Never?
Hey, yeah.
I mean, you got your hair twisted for free.
No.
Hell no. Exactly. See that face you make here? But the artist look at you like, hell no, what you talking about, bro? For free? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
You put it into
with
perspective.
Me. There's
Okay.
nothing wrong with it, because guess what? They're gonna pay the videographer. They're gonna pay the whatever else they're gonna do.
They
The producer gonna
pay the
live.
weed man.
Look,
Yup.
bro, I just got a placement with a certain particular artist. You think he paid me yet? Nope, not yet. That's why I'm just sitting there like, okay, let's get this artist lawyer coming up here shortly. It's coming.
Are they allowed to release a song if they haven't paid you yet? Or is that like the bases have to be covered first prior to release?
Should they? No. Right?
Okay.
But so what goes on in the industry now, they don't get those stems. Because if you get the stems, that meaning that you don't need. If you get the stems, that means you're letting them know, oh, yeah, we got this record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the stems is everything.
Yeah. So how this happened, I had sent the beat off to an engineer, and a particular artist had got it and didn't tell the engineer that they were using for their record. Right? I don't know how that worked. And the album ended up coming out. Right? Next thing you know, I get called in the morning, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you made the project, man. I'm sorry, but they used your beat." I'm like, "All right." Exactly. I had the funny face. It's 7:00 in the morning. First you called me, and now it's bad news. I'm
I
like,
would definitely be like, what?
yeah, but you know, we're working that out.
Okay.
But be careful when you are sending beats as well, because little goofy stuff like that happens in the industry now. And we're talking big name producers. It's happening to big name producers too.
Wow.
Having to chase the check and see what's going on and things like that, you know?
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, it is. Because you put so many hours into this, right? You put all these hours and trying to learn shortcut keys and Pro Tools and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden somebody takes it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, we ain't gonna have that.
I'm glad you're saying all of this because it's really speaking to me. I honestly, all the questions I've asked are ones I've had on my mind for a while.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really dope to have a well-seasoned, producer come in here and actually give us some great advice and life stories, man.
Man,
This is
this
dope.
is what we do all the time. Me and the crew, like I said,
Really
Great
dope.
Keys, Willie T, my man LAE. It's my network is just full of just good guys, man. My guy Lone Star, who got a big place with Eminem and
Nice.
some other stuff coming up, man. It's just I try to surround myself with like-minded individuals and people that have that negative energy. You don't want to be around those type of people.
For sure.
They're gonna drain you, right?
Oh, yeah.
You up, then you done told this fool about your business, then they like, oh man, then you be like, you know what?
You got to cut
I'm
all
gonna
that
fuck
shit
with
out.
you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna drain your energy.
That's
Protect your energy.
Oh, yeah. I recently went through that, man.
Yeah.
I had to. It hurts kind of, when it's people that you've known for a while, but
Man,
it's the energy. It drains you
gonna have to
for
understand
sure.
that. You're gonna have to understand that. What's for you is not gonna be somebody. What's for you is gonna be for you. What's for them is gonna be for them, right? And you're gonna have to understand that. Sometimes it's your season. Sometimes it's not your season. But be happy for those. When it's their season, they're getting blessed. Be happy for them. It's me and the homies talk about all the time. I deal with a lot of dope producers, but them being dope does not make me feel some type of way because they're dope. Because you'll get some people that you walk in the room, all of a sudden their nose gets scrunched up. Like, oh, this dude think he that hard, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be that guy. Be happy for people when they get in their placements. Be happy for people that they done did something crazy on the beat. Like, man, that's super crazy. Because it doesn't affect me that somebody else is dope.
Yeah. And that could be you also.
Yeah,
Eventually.
Yeah, man. Just be happy for your people because next thing you know, you'll start getting blessings and placements and whatever else you're trying to do. You know, those seeds you start to sow will start to grow, and next thing you know, you're doing something crazy when it's your season.
Yes, sir. So many good tips.
Yeah.
On the tip, Man,
All over the tip.
all over the tip. That was her idea, by the way. I gotta point that out every time. I'm gonna point that out every time.
What is going on here?
Well, okay, so did you tell him what the name of our podcast is?
I don't know.
Man.
At one point, I
All
think
right.
it came to some type of conversation.
So
like the way me and him converse, we'd talk, then not talk for months, and it'd be a lot of information at once.
Yeah.
got you.
And then so when we talk again, it's a lot more new information.
Okay.
So I don't know the previous information that I gave him. So maybe,
Okay.
or he'll see it, or he'll see it on my story, and then he'll catch it because
Oh, got you.
cause I know he's looking at my story.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. So
you'll check out the people that interest your stories,
yeah.
and especially the way that I post. I don't post a lot,
Yeah.
so
That's true. I mean, I see your posts. So
I post every day. Shit.
because he's using that social media every day. I'm
Yeah,
looking at
I use the social media, right? Because that's, I mean,
is it you utilize it for like advertising your sound packs and whatnot?
sound packs. If I got something going crazy, sometimes just post just so you just stay fresh on people's mind, right? Because if you posting and you fall back, then it's just like we're in a time now. If I don't see you working, you're not working.
Yeah.
That's the time we see it.
Yep.
That's why when you see certain people drop like Kendrick or something, they're like, "Oh shit, they've been working for 2 years."
Yeah.
You know, but I ain't reached that level yet. So I'm not saying that I post everything I do, but I try to post just to, oh, he's still working,
Yeah.
because I have people eyes on me,
Yeah.
producers and artists that I work with and future work with that are kind of watching what I post and
Yeah.
things like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm in that kind of stage of what I do.
You gotta stay on top of it.
Yeah, just stay on top of it. It's just one of those things. You just post something. Oh, then when you posting this like free advertisement too, right? Have a sample pack coming. Oh, I'm on Dollar Crates Volume 2. Blah 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 blah. Just creating that buzz for it.
Yeah.
Right? Go from there.
Nice. So, Dre actually asks this question quite often, but it's what is your brand? So on behalf of Dre, I would like to ask you, what is your brand?
Brand. So look. So I remember a couple years ago, I was in the studio and I had an embroidery machine in there, and I go by Dirty Snares. So I'm just like, you know what? I had my man print me up 2 hats, like $10. It was a dad hat and it was a skull cap. I put it on the keyboard all nice and shit. Put my iPhone in portrait mode and, man, I got these hats for sale. Boom. Bing, 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 bing. Like I sold
Dang.
$1,500 in hats in like a month and a half. Like I had to get an email. I mean, not an email, but a website.
Dang.
I was getting money from Zelle. I was getting money from Cash App. I was getting money from PayPal. I was like, oh, I need to get me a centralized thing for this, right? So then I was like, damn, I might be able to sell T-shirts. Boom. Start busting out T-shirts, and it just started getting crazy. So what happens is that, so far as musically, Dirty Snares is synonymous with boom bap, right?
Yeah.
Heavy drums, dirty drums, or whatever you want to call it. And I was just like, okay, cool. I can make a brand off of my name, right? So I ended up doing that. Now it's got to the point where, what about sample packs? I worked with artists, and you got to get. You guys have music out on Spotify, right? I'm guessing you guys do.
I do, yeah.
Okay. How many songs you got out?
Only 5.
5. Yeah. Have you made $30 off?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
One sample pack, I made $35. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, because I'm sitting there like, I'm paying for these other sample packs. I'm like, damn, how long it take me to make $35 on that? To the point where I made X amount of dollars on this.
Yeah.
Say over $100 in a couple hours on a sample pack.
And where are you selling sample? I mean, other than your site, where did you start?
Beat selling sites. Now I just got my own. I just put them on my website. I figured out how to do it on my own website. So I have all my traffic going through dirtysnares.com.
Wow.
Yep. So I had it on, Airbit, because you could sell sample packs on there. But then now I'm just trying to move all that traffic to my own website.
Wow. And do you do all of your own designing for the website and your merch?
Yep, I did
and
everything.
all of that?
I did everything for me.
Yeah. Love to see that.
I did my sample pack cover. And the goal was for that too. It was super dope because I was just like, you know what? I have a brand new iPhone. Well, it's a 12 now, but how much money can I make off my iPhone? So I purposely designed my cover on my phone with an app called Canva.
Mm-hmm. I think I heard that.
Yeah, you can do quality stuff on Canva.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could go out and pay a graphic designer, which my next cover, I'm going to have a graphic designer do it for me. But I wanted to see, can I make something that's dope on Canva? And I did. Mm-hmm. To where that it looks professional. You go in there, you download it, or you go on my website, you see the cover, you download it, and instant download, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Dang. And so basically you were seeing if you could, like, make how much you pay for your iPhone back in...
Yeah, so what you do is you try to turn yourself into a business, right? You sell beats, you sell hooks, you sell verses, you sell whatever you sell. Can you make it into a product to sell, right? And that's what it gets down to that. Like, so if you're a producer, how do you get things to sell? You got to put artists on your records. So now you have something to show people. Hey, this is what my stuff sound like when the artist is on it. Mm-hmm. You can preview it for people, right?
Gotcha.
So you have an artist in the studio, and you be like, "Oh, let's hear some music." You start playing records. They be like, "Oh, shit, that sounds kind of dope." Mm-hmm. Now they start understanding. You understand music as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just the artist you're doing something for the artist, but you have those files too. You could play those records for other people. Mm-hmm. So then they could be like, "Oh man, that's a dope record you got." Mm-hmm. Oh man, I appreciate it. Oh, I got another one of them type of joints. Mm-hmm. Now they got it. Now they're believing in the record as well too. Yeah. Rather than coming in here and sending you, hey, can you do a Metro Boomin vibe, or can you do a whatever type of vibe off the internet? No, you want them to say, hey, I want you to do you.
Yeah. Man,
I want your sound. I don't want their sound. That's what you do.
That's how you know you have built a successful brand.
That's how you know, right? Yeah. When somebody start asking for your sound, I don't want X, Y, and Z sound. I want what you do.
Yeah. Oh, the dream.
That feels dream. It's pretty good when that happens too.
Yeah.
See, I'm still relatively fresh in my music journey. I'm 5 years in, so like I feel like I'm still even at the beginning years of what I can do with music. I mean, I already know that I want to do this forever.
Man, I don't think that matters anymore, man. Especially with the technology. I mean, because it got easier and easier. It started every 10 years. Mm-hmm. It got easy. Mm-hmm. But then it start becoming almost every 5 years. Damn. Now it's at the point it's every fucking year that you have to keep. There's something like major shift, change, catastrophe kind of shit that's happening. Right. That you have to catch up. You have to catch up. Mm-hmm. And it just makes it easier for the younger ones because they already were born into it.
Yeah.
And now they're learning how to create the product too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they got a different motive. They got a new motivation. Is because they already bought into it. It's much easier for them to make the product and sell it. Make it big and sell it to old people, or have old people invest in it. Because that's the real boss move.
So I'm really good. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you another boss move. So it's your podcast, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So you guys have LLCs?
Dre does.
Not Dre. You.
Oh, we don't know. Okay. I didn't know if you were referring to just everyone.
No, I'm talking all y'all. You sell beats, right?
Yeah.
You buy music equipment?
Yeah.
How much money you spend on music equipment last year? Just ask. Rough figure.
Yeah, probably like close to 3,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
You know you can got that money back, all right? You know something like that?
Really?
Really?
I could have gotten it.
You could have got something. Tax write-off. Matter of fact, you went out to eat last year too? With like you and somebody else? You paid for it?
Yeah.
You could have got that money back too. You got 50% of that money back. So my degree is in business and my master's was going to be in accounting. I didn't finish my master's. But the name of the game is LLCs. It's business. Small business make the economy goes around. This is you have to treat yourself as a business, right? You got to treat yourself as a business because nobody's going to respect the free. Mm-hmm. Free is the free. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But when you start putting that LLC in, you got to, even your beats that you're giving out, oh, okay. Sample packs I'm giving out, oh, yeah, that's an expense. That's a marketing expense.
Wow. Yo, that My
Now
mind
am I
is blown
making sense now?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a marketing expense
Oh my
because
God,
I'm marketing my pack. I got to give it out. My pack is X, Y, and Z. I gave out X, Y, one of these packs for marketing expenses. I need that money back.
Wow. So, how do you even go about that? Is it just an application and you have to get like approved, or is
Oh
it
man,
just?
so Secretary of State. So what you want to do is educate yourself on what type of business you would want, right? Then you want to, you know what? There's so much free information on YouTube.
I might have to go check
Go on
that out.
YouTube.
Yeah,
LLC.
yeah.
What is a LLC? What is a LLC? What does it do?
After you do that, do you say how to get my LLC in North
Right.
Carolina?
That's it.
That's it.
You don't even have to get in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
You get a tax-free, tax deduction.
Like Delaware, but that's a little more. You know, it's a little advanced.
Yeah.
FBI, that is not the words of Dirty Snares. That is the words of no. So what you want to understand, but you have to understand business. So you want to make this a business. You said, hey, I see myself doing this. Take yourself serious and buy yourself an LLC. Then every time you start buying things, you're able to write that off. So now you say you have a regular job or a traditional job, and you start putting your business on there. Now your tax deductions are going to start coming down because you just paid $3,000 on a laptop. Boom. Okay, this could bring my tax deduction down, and you start getting all these tax deductions. Next thing you know, you got more money to put into your business.
Yeah.
It's a viable business, right?
Wow.
And that's how you start getting the ball movement and things like that. When people start seeing that you're serious, you have a website, or do you have like some type of headshot? How do I know that you're serious? Or do you what service are you providing to make me want to spend money with you? Right? Are you a recording engineer? Are you a beat production? There's more money out here to get. You don't have to just be a recording engineer.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a producer. You don't have to be a videographer. You could be a sample pack designer, which I'm doing now.
Right.
This is something new for me. I dropped 2 packs right now. I'm getting ready to drop a third by years, and I want to have 10 sample packs.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. There you go. Not the blues mind.
I'm literally like I'm going through my mind now. Like there's so many things that I could have. I mean, related to music that I could have put under a business expense.
Trademark.
I mean, like, do you trademark music? Is that a thing? If it's in it?
So that's
okay.
the next big thing, right? So you look at my hat, right? I got Dirty Snares, got my own stuff on my hat, right?
Yeah.
That's the next big thing. It's trademarking your thing.
So this all goes into building your brand.
Yeah. But hold on now. But it's a little different now because the way I brand myself is different. Because Dirty Snares is synonymous with certain things, right? Then I just always like fly shit too. So hats, my name is like, oh, it looks like a clean design, right? Well, I might want to get that trademarked. It makes sense, right? Cause other people wear it. Apparently, other people like wearing Dirty Snares because it's just not just me. It's a brand.
Right.
I know what you're saying when you see a Dirty Snare. You're like, oh, I know what you're saying. I know what that is.
Well, we were just talking about that right before about brands being recognizable, and
It looks fucking cool. If it looks fucking cool, it doesn't matter what what the fucking brand is.
Yeah.
It looks fucking cool.
That is true.
Man, look,
That is true.
Bob Horn bought a shirt from me. So I was on Clubhouse one day a couple weeks ago.
That's still a thing?
Yeah, Clubhouse. Oh yeah. I was in there. Bob Horn is in there. I got off. My homeboy's like, "Yeah, give me a call." So I called my homeboy. Somebody from the Clubhouse room hit me up like, "Yo, boo, Bob Horn is in here. You need to come back." Who the fuck is Bob Horn? All right, cool. So I go back in there, and they're like, "Hey, tell us a story." Then he proceeds to start telling stories of Michael Jackson. I'm like, who the fuck is Bob Horn? I look him up. Michael Jackson, Teddy Riley, Beyonce, engineer for them. Right? Then I start talking in there. So as I'm talking in there, he's going through my profile. Hey, man, I just bought me a shirt. I would buy a hat, but I have bedhead. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
So this is Bob Horn, somebody that's worked with X, Y, and Z, A-list artists, bought a shirt from me. So
that shit look cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Would
he have bought it if it didn't? No.
Yeah.
So if this shit just looks cool, people will buy it.
But then people will. So what happens to it? Let me tell y'all this too. So we have to, as producers, we have to get, as introverts, we have to get outside, right?
Oh, God, it's so hard.
I'm an introvert, right? It don't sound like it when I'm an introvert. I'll stay inside for 6 months, nobody will see me. You know what I'm saying? You have to get outside. But people will buy it because they like you. Matter of fact, people will want to work with you because they like you. Mm-hmm. Not so much your music is dope. I'm not the best producer. I'm not the best whatever. But people will want to work with you just because you're a good person. They got those good vibes. I'm like, you know what? I'll work with you, bro. Like, let's go.
I just need somebody to look out, essentially, in the same way that you got looked out for a few times.
Bro, man, I had so many people help me out. It's not even funny. More than what I deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Chris from the Front Runners, my man Rio the Ghost, Gray Keys, Willie T, Lone. I could just go name for name. My man LAE. I could just go all these different names. People that really helped me where I'm at, where I am today. I'm just grateful. But it comes from just being a good person.
Yeah.
People start wanting to work with you, starting to want more. I just got so many cool stories, man. My man Mousequake, he's an engineer out of Dallas as well, who's super talented, really helped me with my mixing. Because one thing I've learned is that a bad beat, okay beat that is mixed really well will go further than a dope beat that's not mixed.
All day.
Yep. And y'all taught me that for sure.
All day.
I started.
If it's not sonically pleasing, if it doesn't please you sonically,
it's nothing. Yeah. I mean, it could sound like dope, like music wise, but it's true. The mixing elevates it so much.
The drums got to jump out the speakers.
Yeah.
Got to.
I
you
actually
have to hit you a certain way, man.
Yeah.
I started here as an intern last August, of last year, and even in less than a year, I feel like I've jumped multiple years in music experience just being around these guys.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
They get you right.
Well, I've been doing it for 20 years. Dre's been probably doing it as long as you have, technically.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit longer.
But yeah, especially the fact that he got to also start here and like grow here with you guys.
Because he's a stalker.
It
He just set.
Is that what it is?
Like a comment, bro.
He had stalker vibes.
He got another vibe.
Patiently waiting for the moment. Nah, man. But
I always have to bring it up, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but he would sit there and just soak everything in like a sponge. It was a little weird because he would never say anything.
Yeah.
For a very long time, he would just be standing there and I'd just be doing shit. But every once in a while, he'll ask a certain question, and then you're like, okay.
I think when I came here, it was just when you first started. When I first came out here, is when
I think he just got like permanently put on here.
Yeah, it was around that time frame. I remember that. I got good memory, bro. Sometimes
you got history here.
Yeah.
Oh man. So is there anybody out here in Raleigh that you've linked up with since you've been here?
Yes.
Anybody specific that
production team named the Mercenaries.
Okay.
Super dope production team.
Been around for a minute.
Yeah, they got they're signed with Cool and Dre out here, and they're just super dope. My man TG Skates, and Chucky, who's in Virginia, but they're a super dope production team. They just landed a record with Big Pooh, and Drug Beats called LS400. Be My Fiasco, who's from Dallas. I worked with her in Dallas, and she just moved here a couple months ago. Be My Fiasco is a phenomenal artist as well. She is signed to Fonte from Little Brother. So, but yeah, I'm always networking. Always trying to network and things like that. So, if I can't help nothing on the music side, at least on the business side, I can kind of help guide folks and go from there.
Shit, man, we need people like that in Raleigh.
Yeah, you need people like that, man. Put the cross the T's and dot I's. They can help you do it as well, so nobody take advantage of what you got going on.
Well, did you guys have any other things that you wanted to talk about with Mr. Dirty
I
Snares?
got one.
Yeah.
Get my
Go ahead.
sample pack, dirtysnares.com.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there anything
Dollar
that-
Crates, Volume 1, Volume 2 is coming out. And I have another one called the Grateful Kit as well. So, melody and drum kit. So, it's on the site right now, dirtysnares.com.
DirtySnares.com.
Bet.
Yes,
All right, how about this?
Uh-oh.
Got 5 seconds
All right.
to name 3 scents that are turn-ons.
3 cents that are turn-ons? Like, hold on. Hold on.
Here
Five.
it goes.
When you say cents,
Whatever a scent, whatever a scent is to you.
Like pizza.
look, I was on music
or-
shit, and then it got crazy. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Switched it up on me so quick.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was kind of thrown off too.
All right. What? All right. What the hell? All right.
Sense attorney. What?
Hey, that just shows where your thoughts lie.
Yeah, I was ready to. I was really like, what?
What plugin is that?
All right, ready. I'm ready. All right.
Name 3 Name 3 telltale signs of the walk of shame.
You've been drinking and smashed something that you wasn't supposed to. You passed gas in the store. And,
Okay. The 20-second rule.
3-second rule.
All right. 5 seconds. Name 3 sluts.
What kind of fucking question?
I had 10 popped up in my head. I would never say. 10 popped up in my head immediately. I was like, I don't want to say. This is a family show.
No, it's not.
She
Pop
came.
up in my head. I'm like, ugh.
No, you know he did that. Why he did that? Because he was thinking about his brand.
Oh, facts.
Exactly.
This is Dirty Snares.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on now.
Yeah, I got people kind of looking at. Yeah, so I have to.
Maybe we can play this game with which I don't actually. No, don't even say what your government name is.
Like,
It's Dirty Snares here. Yeah.
I can't answer.
I mean, the only people that need to know his government name is the people that are writing him checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else you got? I don't know if I can answer them because like there's a brand.
They're good.
Look, I'm trying to do some other things with the brand, so I'm trying to get some money on the brand. You making it hard right now.
But sometimes people want to see this. They want to see that you're real too.
Very real. Look, yeah.
You ain't just all business and all music. You can have a little fun.
Yeah.
If you got weird, like R. Kelly weird or something like that, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
But harmless fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. You're right.
All right, 5 seconds. Name 3 uses for toothpaste.
Clean your shoes, your teeth, and I don't know.
You got two.
I got two.
Three.
I got two.
That was close.
Now, do people still use toothpaste to clean their shoes? Like, possibly.
I saw
That's old school.
I saw a tip that somebody said put toothpaste on the back of a scratched up CD. If you leave it for like 2 days,
Oh
it'll
yeah,
work.
that's an old trick.
Is that true?
I mean, I can't remember if it ever worked. And I found a bunch of CDs, and I'm like, where am I gonna play these at?
Yeah, that's an old trick. That's an old trick.
Yeah, and like you can't do like cinnamon or pink bubblegum toothpaste. It has to be a certain type of toothpaste.
See, that makes sense. Because I tried it once and it did not work. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, last time
bro?
I seen a CD.
Well,
I haven't seen a CD in a while.
Well, I used to play a lot of video games.
Okay.
There was, it wasn't all all online, all
Yeah.
digital.
I knocked over a box of CDs, and I was like, oh, look at these CDs.
I haven't seen a CD in years.
But I had a bunch of when I was making my own mixtapes and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
man, I used to make my own mixtapes. Oh, the good days.
Yeah, got some with some beats on there. I'm scared to listen to. I know.
Nah, you gotta embrace it.
I know, but I know if it's on the CD, that's how old it is.
Look.
That just shows how old I am.
Me and the homies did a IG live and we played our worst beats on there. So people were like jumping on and like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, these are the worst beats. These are like 2006 beats. And just to constantly play those beats for hours on end, and it was so funny when people try to send us some dope stuff. I'm like, all right, man, we're not trying to hear that shit right now. We want to hear your worst beats, bro. We want to hear those 2006 beats that you thought you were going to get on with Lil Jon on.
I used to try and categorize my beats like 1 to 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
some of the 1-star beats should just never see the light of
ones
day.
that go, bro.
Just never see the light of
I'll
day.
tell you this. Those be the ones that go. My guy Van Gammon in Dallas picks the. I would say he would pick my worst beats. I have certain beats where I just done something crazy, just went just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, "Oh, that's cool." Then I have this beat with just a kick and a snare. He'd be like, "That's it right there, bro." Like,
No, it's that sounds so. You put so much work in the
bro?
you put so much work in the fucking beat, and he's like,
Oh
listen
my
to this
God,
key change.
man, my
Listen to
homeboys
this
is
switch.
like the
Listen
worst.
to that sample I put right there. You hear that sample?
And they're
It's
just
only
like,
there.
eh.
You're like,
He's just
eh.
like,
They're like, oh, this SpongeBob beat is dope. It's like I didn't try on that one.
but see, and he's a dope artist. So what happens? What he likes is the beat to have a whole bunch of room on it. So he can paint the picture. Right?
Oh, got you.
So I just give him the canvas, a kick snare, and he just makes something immaculate out of it. So shout out to him.
Got you.
All right, one more.
All right, one more. I don't like to say I'm trying to answer. I'm trying.
Name 3 things you should never tell anyone.
How many women you been with? How much money you have? And what type of gas you put in your car?
Hey,
Oh, I don't know.
I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not getting the cheap
I don't know.
gas.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think I've ever put anything other than like the cheapest gas in my car though. Is that bad?
I mean,
Is that gonna fuck my
what
shit
kind
up?
of car are you driving? Are you driving a Beamer?
No, it's a little Hyundai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you driving a Beamer? Are you driving a
I'm with
Beamer
you.
or something at least equivalent to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you're
Makes
not,
sense.
that's a no.
All right.
Shout out to the car gang.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to, get some content.
Yeah.
'Cause this is going to be the one that get posted.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have to make this is part of our brand.
Just the good, like the whole
Like
95% of
went
the.
great, and then all of a sudden you picked the one. How many sluts do you know? Like, oh. They start doing voiceovers on my voices. And like, oh, yeah.
0. Add your list of them.
And they be like, that Dirty Snares.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me see his hat. What he do?
Oh,
He make
man.
music? Then that's his brand.
Exactly.
So we're helping you. So you're welcome. So this has been the tip. I hope you felt it.
Man,
Till next time.
Bing bong.
thank you, everybody.
Deuces.
Man.